Hi, Sharon Diehl here. I'm a neuroendocrine carcinoma patient with stage 4 incurable cancer, and I'm doing these videos to prove to myself and society that there's life and joy beyond the diagnosis. I've been self-absorbed for the last 4 days working on a project, and I'm just about finished. I ordered fabric to make masks, and when it came, it had glitter on it. And when I washed it, everything in the washing machine was covered with glitter. And what I know is that you cannot make a mask with fabric that has glitter on it, because you'll breathe that into your lungs, and it's like getting little tiny, teeny pieces of metal in your lungs. So you don't want glitter in your windpipe or down into your wind system at all. So the fabric, it was decided that I would use it to make a dress. I ordered 3 different patterns before the third one showed up, and there was enough fabric to make the dress with the third pattern. It ended up being a lot simpler. I don't think that she's going to like it because she likes fancy clothes, but my sewing ability has only afforded me to make this simple dress, which my mother could have done in probably 4 hours, and it's taken me 4 days. My mother was a very accomplished seamstress who sewed professionally for JCPenney's and made 4 wedding dresses. Mine, my sister's, and 2 people just as the gifts to their daughters. So I have worked for 4 days on this dress, and I'm almost done. If you can see it, I have to hem it, and this is the fabric. I'll show you the glitter. It's very sparkly. There you can see the glitter, and it's a pretty fabric. It's a very feminine fabric, and it even has a zipper in it, and I was very surprised at how well I did on a zipper, because I've never done a zipper before, and I was able to do that. That was just like God was with me when I did that. I know God had his hand all over that zipper. So I'm almost finished with this. I'm going to put a hem in it, and I've ordered some wide pink ribbon to go right here to tie in the back, and that'll fancy it up just a little bit more. And I'm hoping that she loves it, because I did spend a great amount of time working on that, and my heart and soul is in it, and if she wears it once and enjoys it, that will be fine. I am terrified when I go out. I don't know how many other people have COVID fear, but I go out to doctor's appointments, and that's the only place I go. And now that they've opened the world up here in Orlando, normally when I'm at the doctor's appointment, there's sometimes one other person there while I'm there. And now, when I left my doctor's appointment, there was 6 people there, and I had to wait for 4 elevators before there was an elevator from the car in the parking lot up to the building. I didn't want to get on an elevator with people on it. There were people without masks. There were people with masks. It was just a panic attack waiting to happen, and I waited for 4 elevators before I got on one that had nobody on it and went up to the doctor's office. And like I said, when I left the doctor's office, there were 6 people in the waiting room, and it's just an ordeal for me. I put on my mask, I put on gloves, I used my hand sanitizer, I put my phone inside a plastic bag, and it's an ordeal for me to go out and come back home and feel safe. And I've been safe in my home for several days. I've enjoyed not having to go out and just be here and not having to wash my hands every time I look at something. So I just don't know if I'm ever going to be comfortable out in public again, because I know the virus is going to continue to be out there. Just because they open the world up doesn't mean the virus is gone. It just means that people are going to continue to get sick at a slower rate of pace, so there won't be so many people overwhelming the hospital at the same time. My sister knows that I've been depressed. She sent me more zebra stuff. And I'm loving the zebra slippers, Trish. These are fun, super fun zebra slippers. I'm wearing them right now and enjoying the crap out of them. And this beautiful teddy bear, I don't know where she gets her sources. They're absolutely phenomenal. Where else in the world would you get a teddy bear made of roses that looks like a zebra? I mean, it's incredible. And this is so soft. These roses are made out of foam. They're wrapped with a textured, almost velvety foam, so that it's very, very soft to the touch, very almost fuzzy. It's incredible, just incredible what they've done here with this. So these things brighten my day. They surely do. And I enjoy doing the dress. I enjoyed sewing the dress. I'm going to enjoy giving that to my granddaughter. I've enjoyed opening the gifts that come from Amazon, and the teddy bear that came from, I don't know where in the world, but somebody who is very creative did that. I've gotten several flower arrangements and cards due to Mother's Day and the fact that I've just been feeling out of it. Several people are supporting me in that, and I'm beginning to feel better. I just don't want to be out in the world. My husband created a place in the front yard where I can sit on a bench, and I took a picture of it a few minutes ago and put it on my phone. My house is in the background, and there's this little area in the front of my house that they've carved out in between all of these palmettos. It used to be nothing but weeds growing there, and they put a bench there and landscaped that little area so that I can sit there, and it's just adorable. I told him that the bench was painted the wrong color though. It's my understanding that if you want to invite people to come to your home and talk to you, if you're a Christian, you paint the bench turquoise. And there's a book about it, the turquoise bench or the turquoise picnic table or something like that. My sister-in-law explained it to me. So I'm going to take that bench and put it in the backyard, and we're going to get a turquoise bench to go in the front. And that will be an open invitation for somebody to stop and sit and chat with me, which creates its own world of fear. So I'll have to take a mask when I go out to sit on my bench, because if somebody stops to sit with me, it's not 6 feet long, and there won't be social distancing. So I can just go right down that loop and just go right down that little rabbit hole into a crazy world. So I have to think about the wonderful time I'm going to spend on this bench being normal and enjoying other people's company. I think he put it there because oftentimes when I would be waiting for a ride, because I don't drive, and my ride would come to take me to yoga or to my cancer survivors group, and I would have to be outside waiting for my ride. And I think he put the bench there so that I would have a place to sit and wait for my ride. So that may happen again. We may yet have yoga classes one day. My beading class is starting back up Friday, but I'm just not ready to go. Just not ready to do that yet. It's going to take a minute. And I don't know what it's going to take for that switch to click, but it's going to take a minute. So I've rambled on long enough. That's in a nutshell what's been going on with me for the last 4 days. I've basically just been sewing and obsessing over this dress and taking pieces apart and sewing them back together, trying to make it work the way the directions said. And I could not make the dress work with the bias tape, so I threw the bias tape away and I made interfacings for all of it, and it worked out great. So I'm glad that I took sewing classes in high school and that I remembered some of the sewing directions and that I got as far as I did. I thank God that I had a 14-inch pink zipper. Where in the world would that have come from? I mean, it was a donation from a woman who died and left her sewing supplies to me, and I just happened to have a pink zipper in there when I needed it. Go figure. God is good.